guys, I'm Mel, and today I want to talk about something which is possibly a little bit contentious. I guess not so much contentious, but people kind of have opinions on either extremity of this kind of issue, I guess. So I want to throw out a disclaimer to you all that this is my own experience and my own opinions. If you disagree, that's cool. Let me know in the comments below what your experiences and what your thoughts are. You know, I think that's how we learn, right? We listen to people's stories, we listen to people's thoughts, and through that kind of stuff we can kind of come to a greater understanding of a particular like issue or topic. So yeah, I guess if you disagree with me, that's cool, just let me know, and I'm really curious to hear what your own experiences have been in these kind of situations. Alright, so living in Japan, I've had quite commonly people come up to me and start practicing their English on me. I've been on the bus, I've been on the subway, I've been on the train, traveling, doing my groceries, just walking down the street. It happens all the time. So I guess this video is very much about why I will always make time if I can, and I'll never be rude to somebody who, particularly Japanese people, who approach me and want to practice their English with me. And I guess this comes from a couple of different reasons, which I really want to share with you guys. Alright, so first off, I should probably say that my experiences have been quite varied. Like I've had everything from like a lovely old man who sat down next to me on the train and we talked for about 20 minutes about the different things that he was doing and the fact that he was learning English and different classes he was taking. I've had everything from really lovely conversations like that where I've actually, you know, been able to get to know a little bit about somebody and or learnt stuff about Japan, which is always wonderful. Everything from that down to just getting kind of random English words yelled at me on the street. But regardless of kind of what those interactions have kind of been, I always try and react in a really positive way to these. And as I said, there's a couple of reasons for this. So number one is that I think that it takes such a huge amount of courage to actually approach somebody, particularly a foreigner in Japan. You know, there's not many foreigners. It's still quite an uncommon thing. I guess in bigger cities it's a bit different. But, you know, it still takes a lot of courage to approach somebody and talk to them in like a second language, in a language you may not be really comfortable in. So I think for anybody to kind of take that risk, it should be responded to in a positive way. I'm never going to be rude to somebody like that because I think that's a really great thing that people take risks and are prepared to try. I'll always kind of react to that in a positive way, and that's just my personal thoughts on it. Number two is that I love talking to people. I love having that interaction, and I've learnt so many interesting things by just being open to this and had so many different experiences. So I just think that not only do they benefit out of it, that I've benefited out of it as well. So yeah, I just think it's a really positive thing to be a part of, and it just puts you in a really good frame of mind. Number three is that I'm an English teacher. I have, you know, particularly when I was teaching elementary kids, I went through every single class. One of the biggest challenges is to getting the kids to try and not be afraid to try and just use English. Like that is something that is a real challenge when you're teaching English in Japan. And so for me to have spent so long to encourage my students, I'm assuming that whoever has taught these people English, they've also been doing the same thing. And so I feel like I really hope that anybody my students have been talking to or trying to talk to will be positive and encourage them to do that, rather than being negative and discouraging. So I kind of like to do the same thing to anybody who approaches me. That's just kind of my theory. I'd hope that people would do that to my students, so I'm definitely going to do that for other people's students. Just the way I think, I guess. Okay, and lastly, I've actually had people who, like, especially like different places like shops or restaurants or cafes that I've gone to very regularly, I've actually had people starting to learn English just to use with me. And I think that's an amazing thing. It's so lovely that people make the effort and will go out of their way to do something like that. So of course, I'm going to encourage that most definitely. To have somebody actually start just learning to say hello or how are you, just specifically for you, is kind of amazing, and it's just such a lovely thing. So, you know, if I'm having people who are going to try that, then I think it's kind of not my duty, but I think it's, you know, the least I can do is that I can try for other people and kind of, you know, accommodating as much as possible when people want to practice and try. So I understand that not everybody has like infinite amounts of time to actually spend talking to people, but I still think you can be really positive in kind of, you know, those kind of situations when you need to like excuse yourself. Do it in a polite way, don't be rude. Yeah, and I know that, you know, some people have had very bad experiences where people have just become friends with them just to practice English. And I guess, you know, I've had friendships which have started off with, you know, less things in common. You know, if that's like the basis for your friendship and or your relationship, and you are, you know, moving beyond that and making a better connection and getting to know somebody better, I can't see why that's a problem. I get that there are people out there who specifically make friends just to practice English and it goes no further. That's a different story entirely, so I'm not talking about that. But yeah, I don't know, I think you should just be positive about these kind of things. People are making an effort, and I think that should always be encouraged in life. If people are trying, then be kind. And yeah, I don't know, I have so many people who put up with me trying to practice my Japanese on them, my very bad Japanese, so I feel like it's the least that I can do in return to be open with people practicing their English on me. So yeah, I guess that's just my opinion on this. Yeah, as I said, let me know what you guys think and your own experiences in the comments below. As always, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you haven't yet already, then hit the subscribe button. Alright, I hope you guys have a great week. I'll definitely talk to you all soon, and have a great one. Alright, bye!